Maybe, she said. Who knows? The All-American said something to his friends. They laughed, shoved him, and clapped him on the back. He downed the rest of his glass and pushed his way past his friends. Startled, Paige quickly looked away and shielded her face. Oh, God, is he coming over here? Emily's eyes grew wider as he neared. Yes, he absolutely is. Paige didn't dare look to confirm it for herself. She couldn't believe this was happening. She didn't want this, and if this guy had any idea what a hot mess she was right now, he'd probably go running for the hills. Poor guy had no idea what he was getting himself into. Sure enough, she felt his presence at her side a second later. He nudged her elbow with his rather large hand. His voice was deep, smooth, confident. Hi, I'm Lance. Can't believe I have to do this right now, she thought to herself as she met the stranger's pine green eyes with a look of skepticism. This is the last thing I want right now. Hi, Lance, she mumbled. What's your name? He asked. He'd looked tall from across the bar, but up close he was even taller and handsomer. He had to stand at least 6 feet tall. He was blessed with broad shoulders and a wide, sturdy frame. Paige, she muttered. His smile was bright and his presence warm, all of which slightly annoyed Paige. Couldn't he feel the cold waves of brokenness emanating off of her? She almost felt sorry for him for even trying to talk to her. Until she heard what came out of his mouth next, anyway. Paige, Lance repeated. That's funny. Pages have numbers, but I don't have yours. A hand darted to cover her mouth, and Paige stifled a mortified laugh. She glanced at Emily to make sure she'd just heard it, too. Possibly the worst pickup line of all time. Wow, Lance, Paige said at last. That was bad. Truly bad. He set his rather large hand on her shoulder and gently squeezed. Yeah, but it made you laugh, didn't it? Her back arched at his touch, whether she wanted it or not. If you're planning on using any more bad pickup lines on me, you better get them out of your system now. Okay. Apparently, Lance saw this as a challenge because his eyes looked skyward for inspiration. If your name is Paige, then I'm going to need a bookmark. That way I never lose you. Paige couldn't help it. She let out a loud laugh. She wondered if it was the first time she'd laughed in a month. It sure felt like it anyway. Lance, that's awful. She had to give it to him, though. His confident grin was endearing. He wasn't afraid of rejection in the slightest. This guy was just having fun. His attitude was infectious. As long as you're still smiling, I don't care, he said. You're perfect when you smile, you know that? But I bet you get that a lot. When I smile, she repeated, unsure if she'd been complimented or insulted. From across the bar, it didn't look like you were having such a great time. Lance gave a cocky shrug. So I came over to brighten your day. Paige rolled her eyes. Gee, thanks. Can I buy you a drink? Before Paige could say thanks but no thanks, Emily piped up on her behalf. Yes, you absolutely can buy her a drink. This is my friend Emily, by the way, Paige said while she shot side-eyed daggers at Emily. Emily and Lance shook hands and exchanged pleasantries. I love your suit, by the way, Emily said. She grabbed his sleeve. God, it's so soft. What's this made out of? Lance flashed his piano key teeth. Thanks, it's cashmere. Cashmere? Wow. Relishing the role of matchmaker, Emily elbowed Paige's side. Feel his jacket, Paige. Hesitantly, Paige touched her hand to his arm, but the fine cashmere was so sleek and soft and smooth, she couldn't help but run her fingers up and down his arm. The hard, chiseled muscles that lurked underneath only complemented the luxurious fabric. That is soft, Paige said quietly.